Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days and 5 minutes on the first day of spring. And that's what we'll be talking about tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show. Some parts of the country are still experiencing cold weather, like in the southeast, and stormy weather in the southwest, but everybody else is calm. So that's all tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time. And Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York, and Southwest Suffolk County on Long Island. And they're ready for spring with mulch, topsoil, and sand. 631-756-1125 for the best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com is the website. So we'll go back to the watches and warnings map here, and you got freeze warnings. It's been cold in the southeast. I can attest to that with a low of 16 this morning in northeast Georgia near Brasstown. And we have freeze warnings up for North Carolina, most of North Carolina, Tennessee, down into Mississippi and Alabama. The growing season has started in these areas. Well, very quiet and calm across much of the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states. Winter storm watches in northwest Minnesota and a slew of flood watches, winter storm watches, winter storm warnings, wind advisories, and high wind warnings up in parts of the southwest because that's where we've got the next storm system arriving. Meanwhile, as we look at the latest satellite loop, we've got a low off the Carolina coast. It's moving out to the northeast. It's left the east coast all the way back to just west of the Mississippi in some nice weather. Sunny skies, hardly any clouds around, except on the edges here in northern New England and back up in the western Great Lakes. And then if you look into the southwest, you start to see the next round of moisture that is coming in there. Nothing on the radar from Maine down into Virginia. A little bit of shower activity, light shower activity in southeastern North Carolina. Otherwise, it remains fine down to Florida and all the way west back toward the Mississippi River. Rainfall over the next 7 days, actually liquid precipitation over the next 7 days, because in some places it'll be snow. We're talking about rain in a good chunk of the Northeast, a half to 3/4 of an inch. Looks like that comes late in the week as much as an inch and a half to maybe over 2.5 inches in parts of Missouri, Illinois, southern Indiana, western Kentucky, and up and down the west coast. It's 3/4 of an inch to an inch and a half, but there are pockets, especially in southern California, that are going to see 2 to 3 inches or more of precip. And snow, it's all about the west again, especially in the Sierra Nevadas, in the central and parts of the northern Rockies, and also up through the northern plains. These are the probabilities for at least 2 inches. The blue is 50%. The shades of red begin the 80 to 100% probability for at least two. And you'll see in the northeast, um, very low chance, even up in northern Maine, there's a very low chance of a couple of inches. So we don't have anything much to worry about at the moment, with a high in Mississippi and Alabama and a low off the southeast coast. We're going to start to see temperatures jump up on a west wind today, back up to the upper 40s to around or just over 50 in eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England. I think tomorrow will be a nice day with the high right on the coast. We should be well into the 50s. Maybe some spots in southern New Jersey, southern Pennsylvania make it up into the low 60s. Wednesday, we will, I guessing upper 50s to low 60s just about everywhere, maybe even middle 60s from central New Jersey southward, as we've got a chilly high to the north, a warm high offshore, so we're kind of stuck in a pretty decent place from that respect. And then we're going to start to see some changes. There's a weather front that's approaching on early Thursday morning, and that'll set us up with maybe some scattered showers around late Wednesday night and again on Thursday. The front will come through with a better chance for showers on Friday, kind of stalls out very close by, and then a low is going to develop down in Oklahoma and Arkansas. There'll be severe weather risks probably in the lower Mississippi Valley with this, and eventually across the Tennessee Valley and the rest of the Gulf states late next week and into next weekend. This low is going to run up to the north toward the Great Lakes. That'll probably bring some rain here on Saturday. And then once that goes by, weather conditions will improve with breezy and colder conditions come next Sunday. So no big problems to speak of, at least certainly for the next couple of days. Weather in 5 is brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. 631-756-1125 is the phone number. The website, omnitruevalue.com. We'll see you tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show at 7:35 p.m. Eastern.